Hey mates, it's June 20th. I know you've heard enough from me, but this story keeps unfolding, getting more complex by the day. There's never a shortage of information flowing through our domes on a regular basis. Okay, so there's some things I didn't really mention the other day in my rant. I was doing all this free form, I have no script. I also want to do another video, or you can just click the links in the description, swooning or drooling over doomsday bunkers. Just dreaming that I had a lot more cash on hand. I don't know, maybe somewhere out in Montana or Illinois. There are probably communities being set up in addition to places like New Zealand. But that's a whole nother subject. Doomsday prepper bunkers. They're getting, it's fun to do. It's fun to do, think about. Though most likely I'll be stuck in a traffic jam in my RV, which I stole because gas supply cut off by the end of next decade. We cannot support 8 billion people. Are you listening? All these freaks out on YouTube with like AI channels and like thinking that techno hopium optimists it's nauseating. So I don't want to go off into a tangent. The emphasis here was on other more recent events, considering the wildfires in Canada. There are 400 burning, over 200 of them are out of control, last updated this morning, and record sea surface temperatures around the Atlantic and into the coast of Europe is completely unprecedented and off the charts. The trend is not looking good. I don't see these things as a one-off anomaly. I don't see us getting any progress done despite Biden pledging $600 million more to adaptation, perhaps on the East Coast, because they know it's going to be trillions of dollars of damage. Speaking of trillions of dollars, we're over 32 trillion in debt. Okay? Since Biden took office, we've just ratcheted up the debt chart, okay? It's a little windy. Excuse me. It's almost 6 o'clock. Okay, so these wildfires, sea surface temperatures, the Antarctic melting, every sea surface around the world, sea ice around the world melting. The melt rate. And if we are at a minimum of 0.2 Celsius warming per decade, do the math, or per year, it's toast. And I get it now that there's only like 20,000 of us or so that put the information together around the world and connected the dots. This is completely lost on the public. Jehovah's paradox or whatever, how energy will just be put towards using more to building the new iMac, the new Air Pro Slim Retina display. Okay, I went and played with the new Apple laptops like this thin. It's amazing technology. Little slaves are punching these things out of metal in Asia using coal plants. Okay, so I'm trying to have a mostly normalized existence. I'm trying to have a fun time. You could tell I'm laughing. I'm really laughing by this point. I'm not worried about it. I know what it's. I've watched enough. I've played out the scene so many times in my head. I don't know exactly how it's going to go down, but in what order. But I suspect, like you guys, around 2026. Because if you look at the trajectory of emissions, if we're supposed to reduce them by half by the end of this decade, and we're not half at all, That's their low ball, rough estimate. It makes sense that we would meet in the middle, around the middle 2026, 2027 of this decade, just when we have, civil unrest, political failure. This is the last decade. This is it. Okay, so the emphasis here was on the facts. There are these really extreme events happening across the globe. It is clear that the amount of greenhouse gas and radiative forcing in the climate system is something we're building up to, and it's evident in the year by year changes. If you've even been following this for the past 2 or 3 years, you notice around the world climatic events, Ryan Hall, Texas, y'all. Oh my God. He's making a killing off of that content, off of destruction daily in the States, whether it be tornadoes, and I know he tries to help, and because otherwise he'd be an absolute slime ball, right? Okay. And then by the time everyone wakes up, by the end of this decade, so you've been following the trends, you know where it's going. There's no way we can support 8 billion people, and there's no way that AI is going to solve it or reduce consumption for us. Okay, I still want to do the Doomsday Prepper bunker video. It's just a web page. Jeff Baradelli's got a whole climate thing now. Like he's on it. He's doing what I am doing. He type it in the climate classroom or something on YouTube. Jeff Baradelli, the dude, and he talks everything that we talk about now. How CO2, radiative forcing, warmer waters, climate events. Like he's dedicated now. They gave him his whole segment, understandably. So I'm looking to build a team, the A team, for the extraction out of the city. My fear is that I get an RV and I get on the highway and I have loaded up with stocks and supplies, headed west, and I encounter a traffic jam, like a wreck, a 50-car pileup, and there's no way to drive on the banks because it's, uneven. It would tip the RV over, so I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I have to hoof it. All the stupid little things we did. It is stupid. Okay. So I guess it's hopeless. Alright, but you can still have fun. Alright, I think I said everything I wanted there. This was supposed to be a science-y video. This is supposed to be me pounding out the details to you, but it's all kind of melded together now as this one psycho shit show. Hey, blokes. Hey, mates. Okay. It's been a nice chat. I'll talk to you soon.